It's Carter, the Google Plus Community Manager for BIL, and I'm here with Dr. Nuclear.
Hi.
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 Dr. Nuclear, at your service.
Awesome. What
Nice to meet you.
do you do?
I do educational technology and I do free algebra tutorials on YouTube and TeacherTube.
I'm really bad at algebra.
You're really bad at algebra?
Really bad at algebra.
It's easy enough. We can help. We can
All
help.
right.
But thank you for being authentic and admitting that.
You could say I retained the human factor.
I'm actually not that great at math myself. I'll
Really?
be authentic with you. I have never passed a Calculus 1 course in my whole life.
Only course I failed at college.
Really, me too, I think. Although actually I dropped out before I had a chance to fail.
That probably would have been cheaper for me.
That doesn't keep me from, moving forward with teaching algebra, because I'm great at algebra. Maybe to some extent, if you're not super good at it, you're better at explaining it to people who are having a hard time doing it. So I break it down really, really easy.
So your presence is mostly on the internet, right?
Yes.
And
I have my own website.
yes,
I
plug
have
it.
my own YouTube channel.
You can plug both. Do
Okay,
it.
my website is whaleboneir.com. The company's name is Whalebone IR and Software. And we sell mainly IR pens for the Wii Interactive Whiteboard System. So if you go on YouTube, I put a code into all my videos. It's WBSW for Whalebone Software, or there's lots of them on my demo page on my website too, which is due for an update. It's kind of...
We'll like it.
I've had some of the web programs around here look at it and go,
So what is your prop? Here, come on in so we can see
my
it.
prop here. This got me a featured video on TeacherTube.
Ooh.
So this is one of my bestest babies here. It's a way to demonstrate what a reciprocal fraction is and how it works,
Okay.
basically. So it's called the fraction flipper. I considered names like the reciprocator for a while, but this is the fraction flipper, and it works like this. It's constructed out of just a couple of classroom small whiteboard pieces, and they go through holes in the back, and then I have handles here, and that creates a little bit of magic. So if we consider this as the fraction line of a fraction, and we create a fraction like 3/5. Let me try to get that right. Am I backwards or forwards?
There we go.
Righty there. So like 3/5. What is the reciprocal of 3? Do I have the 3 backwards? No. 3/5.
Yeah.
What is the reciprocal of that? You just flip. You see? And then it's
shit.
5/3. 5/3. This is a way to get in mind what a reciprocal is. And if you see this in a classroom, I don't think you'd ever forget it. I remember when I was in grade school, there were just certain props that the teacher would use. It would always say, "Woo!" Like, do you remember that big wooden compass? Did your teacher ever use one of those? Oh God, I thought that was so cool. I had that tiny little compass for my desk, and I would make a perfect circle with that.
Yes.
Do you remember the chalkboard one though?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
teacher would have this gigantic one. It was like this
Yeah.
big, and that way he could make a big circle on the chalkboard. And I never forgot how to use a compass because of that bigness, that impressionism. And that's the kind of thing I like to bring to my algebra tutorials. Is like, you hang something else around the math so it's more memorable.
Right.
Because math is difficult. There's no getting around that.
So how did you get involved in math? Like, when did you find out you had a passion for algebra?
Well, I've been programming computers since I was 11 or so.
One of those.
Yeah, one of them science geeks or something like that.
There are a lot of you people here.
Yes, there are. Yeah, I feel at home as a fish in the water.
Fish in the water?
Yep.
Yes.
So let me tell you something else. Another thing I like to do to make these concepts a little more accessible is show equation templates like this. Now, this looks a little scary, of course,
Yes.
but the idea is to make it less scary, because if you saw this as an actual equation, this is the quadratic formula, which says that x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a.
And there's a song for that, isn't there?
Yeah, it slips my mind at the moment.
You're like,
but
X equals
we can jam to it
Okay,
later.
yeah.
We can get a quadratic equation
I remember that.
jam session going if you like. But yeah, there's all these there's variables where these boxes normally are. So what I've done is showed people that some parts of the equation are permanent, like this x over here, it never changes.
Right.
But the other equations, like where this box is, there would be a B. And instead of doing that, I've just color coded so that you see that the blue box in the starting equation, that number should be taken from that box and put into this box. And it should be put there, because that's also B. And then the A, x squared, A gets multiplied by x squared. That A is represented by red. So you take that and you put it in the red box and this other red box. And this is the way I'd like people to think about how to work with these equations. It's like they're blocks of wood that you can get used to just moving them around in your mind. And yet, other parts of the equation are fixed. Notice that you'll never change the 2 in this equation.
Right.
It'll always be there. You'll never change the negative sign. You've got to remember to bring that down as is. But the rest of this stuff is just toys you can play with.
So, is this your first BIL?
This is my first BIL.
First BIL?
And it is amazing. It is great.
What? So I'm always curious because everyone has a different answer that's always the same. Do you know what I mean? Everyone has they're saying the same thing, but because of a different experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested. What makes BIL so amazing to you?
The openness, the opportunity to meet people that I would never meet anywhere else, probably.
It's true.
And to link up and make partnerships, networking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people around here who are interested in education, as I am, and education worldwide, as I am.
There were a few talks about it, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on the main stage even.
Absolutely.
So, sir, if you were to leave us with one thought, any thought
Ooh.
at all,
Ooh.
what would that thought be?
And the internet is forever, huh?
The internet is forever, assuming
Jeez.
it works.
Such pressure. Can I have 2?
Sure. Why not? This is an unconference.
All right. My first thought is life is complicated, figured out. My second thought comes from the Catholic Mass, because I was born and raised Catholic, and we end every Mass with love and serve God by helping and serving others. And I think that's a beautiful sentiment. I think it's very Bill-ish.
It is extremely BIL-ish.
And very Ted-ish. I love Ted too.
I love Ted too.
Bill and Ted. Whoa.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Well, to say goodbye on my show, we hug.
Aw.
So, goodbye, Dr. Nuclear.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys, I will be back right after we have a quick lunch break.
I'll
And
give you guys a hug too.
yeah, who knows who's going to be next? I don't yet. I will see you guys in an hour or so. Bye.
Bye.